So we've trapped this bird into the loft just now. I thought it's I didn't recognise it. I know we've got a pied one with white flights, but then this one's got a lot more colour on the neck, which made me think, oh, it's developed pretty quickly. Anyway, so that pied one there, the pied head, that's the one I thought it was. Called them in from their loft fly to get them fed, and this guy's turned up. So it's got a phone number on it. It's a V ring from 21, so last year's bird, probably out on a training flight. I'm not sure, it was in a race, but anyway, he was hungry, so he came in, had something to eat, and so we'll give this phone number a ring, which is just there on the foot. You can see there's that white one there. What I see a lot on Facebook is people somehow have got the idea that you have to cut their life ring off, and I think this is something that Peter have probably put out, or because they think that when a pigeon goes missing, the owner doesn't want it back because it hasn't found its way home, and that's not necessarily true. I mean, this is a 21-year-old a 1-year-old bird, a yearling, hasn't had much experience, so it's just hungry, got lost, maybe been attacked by hawks, or they've been split up by hawks, anything. Could have clashed, it could have been on the wing for however long, so you have to give them a chance, and a lot of fanciers will take them back. So if they've got a phone number on it, ring it, and they'll usually say, I think anyway, this is the first one I've had, but from what I've read, they would usually say just give it some food, a drink, a rest, and then let it go in a couple of days. But this has got the area code on it, so I should be able to work out where it is, 014 something, so I'll work out where that is, and I'll give them a call and see what they want to do. But I'm going to keep it separate from my birds, just because my birds haven't been vaccinated yet, so I don't really want this one in the same loft. Here we are, a new guy. Here we are. Well, not a new guy, you're a temporary visitor. No answer. I'll give them a try in a bit. So we've got quite a lot of birds now, 32. We did have 33 until yesterday, and then had a bit of an accident. One of them's gone. So I need to extend this aviary to cover this section as well. That'll do two things really. One, it'll mean that we can keep the birds that are flying quite well in that section, while the younger ones are in this section. But also it'll give them, as a whole, a lot more space. So I'm going to measure it up and get to it. Changed my mind on putting another aviary there, because I haven't got the time really today, so I've just put a window in for now and a mesh, and then I'm going to create a board so I can do darkness, but I can always expand that into an aviary in the future. I am tempted to make a bigger one basically for all these at some point, make it a little bit neater, but for now I think this will do just fine. I've put some perches there so they can perch on here and perch on there and have a good look outside, coupled up the side as well, so that should be alright. We shall see. A bit of an update on the bird. Obviously it's not on a race, because it would have an ETS ring or it would have a rubber band on its leg. Didn't have either, so it's most likely on a training toss and got distracted, or been the main flock has been attacked by a bird of prey or whatever it may be. So I've tried ringing the guy that owns it, or girl, whatever, and I haven't had a reply yet. I've left them a voicemail, so hopefully they'll get back in touch, and they'll probably come and collect it, or get somebody to come and collect it. If not, then I'll have to release it a few miles up the road. So we'll see, and I'll let you know. Yeah, it looks like Charlie did all right. He got first and second for the club, for Ollerton House, which is good. And the federation was won by Manton, which is Worksop Way. I think that's actually Worksop Club, isn't it? Oh no, it's Manton. And then Retford seemed to clean up the rest of the positions in the federation. So, but a pretty good turnout for Charlie. He first, second, I think he got fourth as well, out of 253 birds sent for the club. So, yeah, it was a good race by the looks of it. And I think he's got 3 birds missing from when I spoke to him. It was a southeasterly, I think, on the day, and the wind started to pick up towards the end. So. Yeah, good, very exciting. So I'm about to let my birds out now for a fly. They haven't been out for all day, and it's quite nice and warm now. A little bit of cloud, and it's going to get a bit cloudier later, so I'm going to let them out a little bit early today. Well, I've tried calling the owner of this bird a few times, and no response yet. I've left him voicemail, so I'm He's had some water and some feed, or he's eaten all his feed. Take that out there now. And so I'm going to let him go. Oh, I kicked it over. Don't want his beans and peas.
We're going to help him get home.
How are we going to do that?
Just let him free. Nope.
You're not going to shoot him with that gun, are you?
Yes, if he doesn't move, then I will.
Well, we've come up the road a little bit. The A1's just over there, so hopefully we're just outside Retford. So hopefully that should he should find his way back from here, because the person that owns him hasn't answered the phone. So it's no use to me. And we fed him, watered him. He's had a few days off, hasn't he? And so hopefully he'll find his way back. Yep. Okay. Shall we let him go?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll want to go, but you're gonna have to, buddy. Go on then.
The good way.
Go on.
Daddy.
No, it's alright, you've got to get him flying, you don't want him on the ground. Do a few circles. Try and work out where he's going. He should go the other way, up there.
Where's he going?
Home, hopefully. Oh, he's fast, isn't he? Over the trees. Oh no, it's coming back to us. Gonna do another loop.
Daddy, he's not actually going to go through the trees to find him. What's the stairs?
Just as long as he goes up that way, that's all we're really bothered about.
Where is he going?
Up there, look. Sometimes I think when you single toss them, they end up coming back to you, apparently. We've just come back from a day out. Boys, you'll never believe this.
What?
Go and have a look round there.
Where?
Go and have a look round there.
Where?
Go and have a look.
Like, there?
Look up there,
Where?
on the pigeon loft.
I guess you found your way home, didn't you?
So, it looks like this is a hotel, a pigeon hotel now, because and we trapped another one that's not one of mine today. Came in when we were loft flying. So we've got you isolated, giving you some feed and some water. This one had ETS ring on it with a phone number, and it's this year's young bird, so 2022. So I just given the chap a call, and he's not too far away, the other side of Newark. So he'll be coming along to pick it up tomorrow, which is good. I've still got the other one that we trapped last week. I've tried calling the number a few times. I've reported it to the RPRA to see if they can get in touch with them now, and give them my details, so hopefully they'll get in touch and we'll get that one sent back, because that's a yearling. And I tossed it, I fed it and then separated it, fed it, and then I drove it 5 miles up the road, 6 miles, something like that, when we went out with the kids the other day. Let it go and it seemed to go the right direction, and then we came back at the end of the day and it was on top of the bloody roof. So I've let it in. It's been out for separated for 3 or 4 days, so I've put it in there now because we need the box for this one. So I don't know. I mean, this one I chucked straight out, and it, as soon as it trapped in, I picked it straight back up and lobbed it out, and then it just flew around and landed on the loft, on the neighbour's roof, and it's just sat on the loft roof now, and or was, and I didn't really want it sat there because a cat keeps coming on, especially at night time. The dog barks as soon as it gets dark, and it's usually the cat having a sniff around. Don't really want it catching a young bird on the loft, because then it'll think that it can come here all the time and get a young bird. And same with the sparrowhawk. So I've trapped it anyway, given this chap a call, so he's going to come tomorrow and pick it up, which is good. No doubt this is going to be a bit of a common occurrence. I think a lot of people do training flights, and the flight path is over our village. Even today I've been flying and I've been seeing them go, different directions, and obviously one of them decided to have a bit of a pit stop. So good news anyway.